got a two-stage carrier on propane. When I got here, it was blinking a 32 for pressure switch, the front pressure switch. That inducer motor was kind of locked up, so we're going to change the inducer motor, but we're going to do some maintenance. Got to get the trap out of there, look at the burners, clean the flame sensor, change the filter. So got you on the phone. Don't hit my GoPro today. It's making a funky noise. Get this thing cleaned up. Let's say 5.3, Get your new filter. Let's see. Get that out of the way. Hopefully I'll be able to squeeze this thing out of here because it's got the low pressure switch. Oh. One of the screws is right behind the low pressure switch. Right there. Oh, I'm gonna have to swing that out. There we go. Usually what I do is I take the screws off from here and just lift the whole thing out. Screws here, 4 screws, and lift the whole thing out. That's a pain in the butt to get off that coupling. Easy as that. ready to take the boot off, but there's no room. I couldn't get a thing back there. But while we got this out, we are going to pull and clean the trap, because it's, oh man, look at that. It's not even on there tight. Oh, that thing is nasty. I do not like these traps. Because you can never get them clean, ever. Pretty cruddy. Propane just eats these furnaces up. Get that sensor cleaned up. That's why the freaking collector box is screwed up. I don't know if it's the screw or the threads. It's the screw. Thank God. I don't know if you can see that, but the threads are screwed up. Thank God. It's probably like that from the factory. We haven't been out here on this one since it's been installed. I got an extra screw in the bag over here. Just want to, I'll hand tighten them. Gotta look. Did this one have a choke? No choke. Some models require a choke, which that goes on just like that. You gotta look in the book, but the 80,000 doesn't require a choke. No caulk neither. Get a boot on there. Oh, there we go. Get the screws back in the top. Back there. Hose back on, hose back on. Let's see. Flame sensor trap, that's on. Screws in. Hand tightened. There we go. Easy as that. A lot of people ask me, why don't you put caulk on the inducer motors? Because they come with a gasket right around here, so you don't need caulk. In the manual it shows you inlet choke. That's what I'm talking about. Single stage, two stage. California model, low NOx and modulating. So this motor can be used on several different ones, but 100,000 and up, use a different motor. But you got to pay attention to chokes, no choke, no choke. So it helps to read the manual every once in a while. Manual gives you BTUs, part numbers for individual furnaces. You could probably cut this out and keep it for reference. But I do so many of them. This is a downfall of this furnace is this inducer motor and the condensate trap. That's the number one thing I change on these furnaces, inducer motor. But other than that, you know, I think gas valves would be the second thing I replace, and then blower motors. Boards are pretty solid, unless it gets hit by a power surge. And of course, no furnace likes that. Okay, start her up. Just got to go through its cycle, blower on cycle. Okay, it's going to start up right now. When you change the inducer and clean that trap's going to be dry unless you prime it. Sometimes what will happen is as soon as that trap starts to fill and it gets to the point where it's almost full, it'll flash code 31. It'll cut the furnace off and then restart and everything's fine. So you can hear it gurgle. Not over the flames, you can't. But let's see if it does that. Okay, we've been running for 10 minutes now. That trap's filled up, no light, we're good to go. So that's it. Just a quick inducer motor change, a little maintenance. Would like to flush this line, but there's nowhere to get into it. I hate when installers do that. They don't give me any access to flushing that whole line. Runs over there, there's condensate, there's a sump pump. Always, when you install a trap like this, always put a T here so you can flush it. At least somewhere to get into this line and flush it. It's probably the biggest one of my pet peeves about condensate lines is nowhere to flush the line. Well, that is a typical repair I have on these furnaces. I got you on my phone. I didn't bring my GoPros today. I don't know, it might be shaky and I don't know. It's shaking. It's shaking. So, Michigan roads. So I mean, Like, just say in the last week, geez, pizza is shaky. Just say in the last week, I've replaced like 2. I mean, I normally replace about, over a course of a year, I probably replace about 20 inducer motors on those, either pain brights or carriers. It's a common failure. Jeez, Pete. It's a common failure on those furnaces. I'm gonna have to pull over. This is ridiculous. It's bouncing everywhere. I don't know if my new phone, my Pixel, has stabilization on that lens. Probably not. So, and anytime you're ripping that inducer motor out of there, you at least want to clean the flame sensor, pull the trap, just look for any other odd stuff that's going on. And one thing I noticed was that trap was loose, and it had to be loose from the factory because we did not go back out there. The guy really doesn't do his maintenance. He changes his filter, but that's about it. So when it comes to maintenance on that piece of equipment, I'm the first one that's touched it. So from our records, I don't know if another company's been out there. I doubt it, but you know, it's an older gentleman, and his wife had passed away. So and he said his wife used to take care of all that stuff. So I'm thinking no. But like I said, common failure on that furnace, 3231 codes. Back in the day when that furnace was first produced, the A series, which I think that was an A series. That was 2014 A series, not a B series. Induced problems, board problems on the 2010s, 11s. There was a timer issue with the pressure switch. But within the last, I'd say 5-6 years, they've kind of gotten a little better, but not much at all. But that's just a common repair I do on these furnaces. That's the downfall of these furnaces. If I could say there's one downfall, if Carrier came to me and said, hey, what can we improve on the furnace, it would be the inducer motor and the condensate trap. From the get-go, from when these furnaces, when they first switched over from the 40-inch furnace to this 35-inch furnace, the number one complaint on that furnace is the inducers. But it is what it is. Other than that, it's a pretty decent furnace. I like those little Carrier furnaces. They're good. Not to say there's better products out there. Yeah, Rheem is good. Train is good. They're all pretty much good. I don't like Lennox. And one of the reasons why I don't like Lennox is just part availability in my area is not the best. It sucks. So it is, I don't know what day, but my son had to go back to the hospital last night because he wasn't feeling well. Then he started running fever, and then they admitted him. It sucks. It's all part of this cancer crap and chemo. He's got mouth sores from the chemo. That's a common thing, I guess, with the chemo. I never knew this. So that's one of the reasons why we took him in. And then when he was in clinic, thank God, she's like, well, let me take his temperature one more time. So they took his temperature, and he was running a fever, so they admitted him to the hospital. So I was down at the hospital till, I don't know, I didn't get home till 11 last night. 11:30. So I'm tired. I'm running on a few hours sleep. Just sucks. So you guys know what you need to do. Hit up the GoFundMe, the Venmo, the Zelle. Help me with gas money, because gas money is insane. I had to make a trip down there to take them there, a trip back to the house, and a trip back down to bring all the stuff down because we didn't think we were getting totally admitted. And then back home. So, and I got to do brakes on the truck, and it's, I think I got to do some bearings in the rear. I don't know. I'm starting to have vehicle problems because I'm putting so many damn miles on the thing. I do have another vehicle. It's just that it doesn't fit in the parking garage. It's a conversion van, and it just doesn't fit in the parking garage. So that's why I don't take the conversion van down there compared to my Suburban, because that fits in the parking garage. So if you could please help the family out, donate a little. Everything is appreciated, and you guys been amazing. You know, people have, I got a bunch of guys that have donated more than once, and I really appreciate it, because I would be in a whole world of financial destruction if you guys didn't help me out. I really appreciate it. So you guys know what you need to do. Like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. And hopefully the shakiness on the phone didn't drive you too nuts. I had to stop. It was driving me nuts looking at my face just bouncing all over. So I will see you on the next one, guys. Thank you.